you ever seen a time where the ideas of philanthropy are so they're so bipolar? Because, for instance, Catholics, we're fighting a progressive. Every time we turn around, there's a new billionaire ex-wife giving millions of dollars to Planned Parenthood. It's not just that they're giving mosquito nets, and I don't care about mosquito nets as much as I care about saving souls. It's that they're giving money to the mosquitoes in that analogy. So, are we at a unique time where everyone's idea of philanthropy is really, really, really you know, disassociated? I'm like, but
Well, that's actually an interesting question. So progressivism, secular progressivism, and philanthropy have gone together in our nation's history. Philanthropy, that term, I mean, not the whole concept of giving. I mean, using that terminology, philanthropy. Um, Philanthropy began to be used as a term in contradistinction to charity in around the late 1800s or late 1700s and really in the 1800s.
It's love of man rather than, like
Specific people.
that's love of man, right, in Greek.
Yeah, 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 it's like philanthropy, but and it's very love of mankind, right? And that's actually the very idea behind it, as it was used by sort of Enlightenment inspired reformers. Is it's like I'm more globalist. I'll put it in contemporary terms. I'm more of a globalist than you are. I love all of mankind. You just love specific persons where they are currently embedded. Here, I can say actually exist. It's a very ambitious and often utopian and progressive um, way of thinking about giving. And it was, as I say, kind of developed as a concept in contradistinction to charity, which was thought to be not strategic enough, too Christian, tied up with all these theological concepts are sort of weird, old fashioned, didn't always get at root problems. It's just like feeding the poor rather than like let's root out the systemic causes of poverty. Some of that may sound very rational to listeners, and it's because we all think this way now. Um, and there's certainly nothing wrong with getting at root causes. But what happened over time was we forgot the people that were involved and what happened to them when we're getting at root causes. The classical example of this is the eugenics movement of the earlier part of the 20th century. Um, uh, that was all funded by the first philanthropic uh, foundations and organizations uh, that were really developed in the United States, like the Carnegie Foundation, Rockefeller, some others, Sage. They were very interested in eugenics because it promised to get at the root causes of illness and mental disease and
the problem
whatever.
is the root cause is always people.
It's
So
always
you're going to get
people,
rid of
right?
people.
So at the end of the day, of course, what happened we know was tens of thousands of forced sterilizations, all sorts of
With the
other,
Supreme Court's blessing, mind
with
you.
the Supreme Court's blessing, also was captured by this way of thinking, and ultimately, it's not hard. I mean, there's some debate about this in the literature, but I think it's kind of hard to say that Nazism, this sort of doesn't owe something to these efforts. Uh, so uh, that's a long way of saying, Doug, we've had this sort of secular progressives using philanthropic vehicles to fund things that are antithetical to Christian doctrine, morals, and practices for some time. And it's always it is what it is. It's always going to be an arena of battle like anything else, like any other sector that we have.